So there we go, another little walk, this one on the way to work, and we're on Brighton Road. And most of you, well hopefully most of you will know this place. The old Dole office, as you can see. It's really looking after this place. They did think of putting it into an institute for people with mental problems, but the council overrode that one. Complaints from the locals. So now it's just falling to pieces again. One of our biggest care homes. And if you look over here, you see that tree? No, over here, clear of view. That one there in the middle. That is a fruit tree which has obviously been trained at some point. I think it's called a esplanade or something like that. So there must have been a fancy house on here at some point, and that was in the garden or the orchard. That'd be the old walls there at the back. So our local historians probably know all that. This is my least favourite junction in the whole of town. So look at it, it's empty. But as soon as I get here, there'll be a car and I can't get across first time. Even though it's locked down. Look. Nice little park here. This is in the summer months. This is where the wine club meets. 9 o'clock every morning. Wine and cider. Ryl's posh houses down there, 3 of them. Done a gig in that big one there, the White House. Somebody's 18th birthday party. Oh God, hands are cold. As you can see, all the snow's gone off the hills. Hole in the roof there, pigeons made a little roost. Watch them all in and out. Obviously the car park's not going to be full because everybody's supposed to be staying at home. Clock's wrong again. What's it do there? Now you need to compare and contrast. You see this row of houses here? State they're in. Imagine what it must be like living there. Depressing. Landlords should be made to sort them bloody things out. We'll come back to that bit in a minute. There's the bingo down there, where I once won a line on the National, and it said on the board 10 grand. Of course, when I shouted for the line, it said, oh, it's a mistake, it's 1,000. And then he said, oh, there's been 4 calls, so I've gone from 10,000 to 1,000 to 250. And then I had to share with my mum. Oof. At the kindness of a heart, did not take exactly half, but you know, to come from 10 grand to 150 is a bit of a drop. But there you go. That's gambling for you. Now, look at these houses, exactly the same row, all done up nice. So if those landlords can do it, why can't those? It's terrible. And these 2 over here, I'm sure one of these used to be the Rhyl spiritualist church. And I went one night, just out of curiosity, and I got a message off my granddad, which was quite an emotional thing. So it's just a spare the moment thing to do. But of course, with hindsight, looking back on it, it was basically just the usual general sort of stuff that could apply to anybody. Sorry if you're into all that kind of thing, but I just sort of, nah, how is it you pass over and you can't remember your surname or where you lived, or what you did for a living? or your phone number. I think it's people just taking the rise out of people living off people's insecurities and need to be in touch, which is a really horrible thing to do. Cobb and Pen. Don't like this pub much because it's all tiny. It's a nice pub, but they're all tiny little rooms, so you can't really see what's going on. Went to an 80s night there one night, and the DJ, I think, had one CD, and he just put it on and just spoke between every track because he didn't mix nothing. And I asked him for Earth, Wind and Fire, all kinds of stuff, 80s stuff. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, for example, didn't have any of it. And that's an 80s night. Jesus. And up onto the railway bridge. See how long it takes to get across here. Here we go again. Little view of the railway station for all of you come down on your jollies. Still a bit of snow up there on the hills. Not a lot compared to what it looks like. And I shall call it a day here because I've got to go. Take care everyone, bye bye.